Okay, we're being asked to factor this polynomial. Now, I told you last class, there are 3 different ways that you can factor a polynomial. We went over 2 of them last class. What type of factoring should I use here? Factoring by grouping. What tells me I can do factoring by grouping here?
4 terms.
There are 4 terms. That is why I factor by grouping. What is the first step in factoring by grouping? Yes. Well, first, always look for a GCF. Is there one here?
No. X squared.
Is x squared in everything? No. Is there a GCF in every term? No. So now I can go ahead and start factoring by grouping. What do? Group them, right? Group the first 2, group the last 2. Once I have them in 2 separate groups, what do? Pull out the GCF from both. What is the GCF, the greatest common factor, in the first 2 terms? X squared. There is at least an x squared that is multiplied into both of these terms. So I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to divide it out. What is x cubed divided by x squared?
X1.
Yes, x to the power of 1. Remember that when you are dividing variables with exponents, what do you do to the exponents? Subtract them. So 3 minus 2 is just x to the power of 1, which that 1 can be invisible. So we just get x. Then what is negative 2x squared divided by x squared? Negative 2. The x squareds cancel. Now what do? You need to pull a GCF out of the second 2. Now say I just pulled a GCF of 3 out.
It's negative.
Oh, see, watch what happens when I just plot a 3. Whoops. Is that exactly the inside that we had gotten before? No. And remember, we want the exact same insides. So I know I did something wrong here. So back up. Instead of taking out a positive 3, I'm going to take out a what? Negative 3. Negative 3x divided by negative 3 is x. And positive 6 divided by negative 3 is? Are my insides the same? Yes. They are. They are exactly the same. X minus 2. Now, I have how many terms here technically? 2. 1, 2. With a subtraction between them. In order for us to have our final factors, is it going to be subtraction between 2 terms? It's what? Multiplication. Factors are terms that are multiplied together. So in order to get 2 terms that are multiplied together, not subtracted, what you do is one of your factors are the GCFs you pulled out. So the first factor is x squared minus 3. Then what is your second factor? X minus 2. Are there actually 2 x minus 2s?
Of course not.
No. It is not x minus 2 squared. Technically, what we did here was from these 2 terms, we pulled out a GCF of x minus 2. That's what we're technically doing here. Can this be factored further?
No.
No. I don't have difference of squares in the first one. So it cannot be factored further. Are there any questions on this factoring problem? All right.